Shalom Akim. First and foremost, and give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak with us. The waters are the elders, apostles, a great millstone. The elders, great millstone, and of course, peace and blessings of the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Sermon Truth, and sincerity. Yeah, so coming back with another lesson to the spirit. This lesson will be based off of this article, of course, from nationalnews.com, which says AI palm or AI palm scanners, facial recognition, augmented reality, and more. This dystopian future is now. And as you can see, they got this picture, kind of, this futuristic looking. I mean, really, this stuff is really here already, but the stuff you're already seeing, the stuff you're seeing in this picture, it's already here. You got the fingerprint scanning, and you got the facial recognition, and you got, the robots. You already got that Tesla bot that's on display, right? And, they're already testing it and using it. So, yeah, without a doubt, man, as the title is entitled, or this article is entitled, the dystopian future is now. So it says, people often say that unless something is done to stop it, the world will become a dystopian nightmare at some point in the future. The reality, though, is that we are already there. Just in the past several years, advancements in things like AI, cashless payment systems, augmented reality, and more have happened so quickly that one could argue that we are in dystopia right now, though there is still much more to come. Unless some kind of black swan event puts an immediate stop to it, the dystopian future will rapidly become the dystopian present, and in many ways, it already is. Yeah, man, and this is we're already in the times where, basically, we're already in the end times. You read many precepts such as, Book of Revelation, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. We see how we're currently in those times right now. And whatever is left written in those books that hasn't been fulfilled yet, it's literally right on the horizon. It will be fulfilled soon. Literally, we can all see how, stuff like the mark of the beast, stuff like anarchy, sedition among men, martial law, famine at its peak. People, going around crazy, killing one another. Cannibalism, all that is right around the corner. So it says, take palm scanning, for instance, paying for food and other items with a swipe of the hand rather than with cash or credit used to be a futuristic concept from the book of Revelation. However, some stores are already using it, including Whole Foods Market and its parent company, Amazon, at its Amazon Fresh stores. Yeah, and that's how it was, right? People were like, that's not in my lifetime that's going to happen. Basically, what the book of Revelation chapter 13, specifically speaks about a mark being enforced upon everybody that you won't be able to buy or sell. People are like, not in my lifetime, that's not going to happen. It's it's not that, it's something else. Even this article, this author knows that the mark of the beast, which is the RFID implant. Obviously, let's go ahead and get it without further ado. It's Revelation chapter 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Exactly, man. So it's going to come to a point where, by the way, the beast is the EU and the NATO, all Edomite nations, so-called white nations, European nations, within the EU. And the image of the beast represents the system, which ultimately they want to transition into the NWO. That's what the beast is looking for. Of course, we know America is the one that's leading everything, right? So it says, and you have power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Yeah, so it's going to come to a point where if you don't bow down to this system, meaning if you don't bow down to the guidelines and the laws that will be implemented, the draconian laws that will be put in place, you're going to be killed. Either you're going to be an outcast, you won't be able to be a part of society, have a job, whatever, be within a system, have a house, have access to a lot of things. Or simply it's going to come to a point where they're just going to off you. You know, they're going to put you down on the spot. We already know how they're going to be sending martial law to people's doorsteps, basically asking if you're going to comply or not. And if not, they're going to try to put you down on the spot. So it says, verse 16, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Yeah, so it's going to come to a point where they're going to introduce a mark, which, by the way, this mark is something physical. When you get that word for mark within Revelation chapter 13 and 16, in the Greek, in the original text, which was written in Greek, you're going to get the word charagma, which means literally something physical, a stamp, something that's put into your skin by incision, something engraved. So it's obviously something physical. It's not a spiritual thing. It's a physical thing. Esau is going to try to put something physical within everybody's body so that he can identify you, so that you can be identified. And we know how all that links to the RFID implant. So it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So it's going to come to a point where you're going to be, again, you know, Esau is going to try to make, Esau being a so-called white man, he's going to try to make everybody take this. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. You'll be able to be identified. Of course, we know that this implant has tracking and monitoring capabilities within it. Ultimately, you'll be the ultimate slave that Esau wants you to be. Not only that, I mean, the system is going to be completely electronic, or, you know, the money system is going to be completely electronic. Cash will be outlawed. Even card payments and electronic payments, you know, from your phone will be outlawed. Basically, you're only going to have access to buy things within a society by this mark, the implant. As this next verse, it says in verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had a mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Yeah, so it's going to come to a point where you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have this mark. So unless you have this mark, you won't be able to buy or sell. So you won't be able to pay your bills, have a job, pay for your rent or whatever, go to the store, go to the gym, do whatever extracurricular activity that requires, you know, buying or selling or whatever. You won't be able to do it unless you have this mark. So this is the type of times that we're living in. This is the type of things that will come very soon. We already had a little taste of it during, you already know what happened, what took place in 2020. We already had a little taste of that. Oh, if you don't have that thing in you, if you don't have that juice, then you won't be able to, you're going to be let off from the job. You can't come to certain restaurants or go here or go there unless you have this or that, or if you don't have the mask or whatever, or if you don't have that juice within you, you can't do this, you can't do that. We already had a little bit, a little taste of it. So this right here, Revelation chapter 13 and 17, or Revelation chapter 13 and 15 through 17 is not far-fetched at all. So it says, verse 18, here's wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So this is the number that Esau is going to be using, so-called white man. This is his number. He puts it within his company logos. He puts it hidden within movies. He makes it, if you look at these rich people, these higher up people, celebrities, whatever, the elites or whatever. Hey, you always see them throwing up that symbol. Basically making a circle with their thumb and index finger, and making a 3 with the rest of their fingers, the pinky, ring finger, and middle finger, and that's the 6 symbol. The symbol that they throw up for 6. Many other things, such as this number is located within the barcode. And just everywhere, whether it's in your face or it's hidden. I mean, Esau puts a lot of things in plain sight. But people can't see, hey, this number is everywhere. Esau loves to use it, as well as his many other symbols. Going back to the article, it says, the palm recognition system works by linking a user's payment information with their unique palm print. Yeah, that's what you can find right now currently in these Amazon stores or Whole Foods. You're able to pay with your hand, your palm. It says, explains the expose, United Kingdom. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can link it with your Prime account. No need to fumble in the Amazon app looking for your in-store code any longer. It says at Whole Foods, you just hover your palm over the reader once you're ready to pay, and the system will find your Prime account, apply any discounts, and charge the credit card you are enrolled with, or it says you enroll with. Next section says, when reality becomes a video game. What about facial recognition systems? At the recent G20 gathering of dystopian globalist leaders in Brazil, every attendee was forced to pass a biometric validation process by scanning their faces using Cepros stand devices. Cepro, by the way, is a Brazilian government-ran data processing agency that plans to unleash facial recognition all across the land. In order to buy and sell in the near future, one will probably have to undergo a face scan, as well as pay with the swipe of the hand rather than with cash or credit. So a lot of countries are down with the beast. They're down with the beast system. They're going to participate it, implement its ways within their own societies. Hey, this right here, the palm payments, the facial recognition, hey, all of that is a part of the beast system. The EU and NATO. This is what they're coming with. So you're going to see these other countries trying to follow suit. It says, if they can start getting this technology in place, it will inevitably be adopted by more and more institutions, the expose warns. And then someday you may wake up and find that you can't get a job, open a bank account, or buy groceries without having your face scanned. What will you do then? See? So, hey, from our elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, we have been prophesying this. Hey, we've been prophesying this. Other apostles, man, prophesying this for decades, man. It's gonna be what's gonna come to a point where you won't be able to buy or sell, have a bank account, do this, literally, man, do anything. You won't be able to be a part of the system unless you have it. It says Apple just released an infamous Apple Vision Pro augmented reality headset to augment reality on a continual basis, making day-to-day life more of a video game than actual reality. This will tie in well with facial recognition and palm scanning payment systems. Yeah, man. And, if you go on TikTok or whatever, you see a lot of people, just joking around with this Apple Vision Pro, walking in public. And really, man, it's just a straight up gimmick. Shoot, these phones and computers are already enough. They want to introduce the Apple Vision Pro. The VR, augmented reality, AR, VR, whatever you want to call it. They want to put that, because, they want to immerse you within more and more within their system, within the reality that they're creating. It says Apple claims that the Vision Pro, which starts at $3,499, is the beginning of something called spatial computing, which basically boils down to running apps all around you, the expose explains. Yeah, man, getting real quick, this 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11, it says, at least saints should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Devices meaning schemes, intentions, tactics, whatever. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, of his plans and his schemes. The Lord has, of course, Yahweh. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. According to ancient Paleo-Hebrew, that's his true name. And the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, according to ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which is the language of the heavens. And what Yahweh Shai spoke while he was on the planet Earth. And also, that's the language of the Israelites. So the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, has given us the eyesight to see and to have, again, we're able to see through whatever Esau's coming with, man. Which Esau is his physical counterpart of Satan. The so-called white man is a physical counterpart of Satan. And not all people with the skin color, of so-called white. And I say so-called white because nobody on this planet Earth is white. You're either different shades of brown or different shades of red. But we know that that's just a term that, of course, the Edomites use to cover themselves because white means pure. They don't want to be called red or whatever. But, we already know the majority of so-called white people are Edomites. They stem from Esau, the son, one of the sons of Isaac. Esau, of course, or Jacob surpassing Esau for his blessing. And the scriptures say how the Lord hates Esau, and the scriptures constantly say, because of the transgressions of Esau and what he has done to the Lord's people, to Jacob, speaking, the descendants, because of what the descendants of Esau has done unto the descendants of Jacob, meaning that extends onto these times right now, the Lord will pay back Esau for all of his iniquities that he has committed upon the planet Earth and against the Lord and against his people. So it says again, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11, these saints should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So, yeah, the Lord has woken us up as brothers. Of course, the Israelites being the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos, and also there has been a scattering, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 64. There has been a scattering, of course, of Israelites. The Lord scattered our people amongst these other, countries, these other nations. So you're going to have Israelites coming with the appearance of these other nations, because as we know, their forefathers, of course, dwelled in those lands, and for generations. Of course, after each generation, if you keep on sleeping with a heathen woman, eventually your descendants will take on the appearance of the heathen. So what you are, your nationality, your bloodline is all determined by your father. Your lineage and your nationality, what you are, is all determined by your father. Your mother has no influence on your nationality. She might have an influence over your appearance, but she has no influence of your nationality, what you are. So really, it's not about how you look. It's really about how, it's really about your father, where your father's lineage goes back to. And of course, we don't have the documents. No one can prove that they go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but we judge that through the Spirit. If you have the spirit of an Israelite, if you're able to hear the truth, We already know, of course, the Israelites, the Lord set our people above all other nations upon the planet Earth, according to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6, as well as Deuteronomy chapter 14 and 2. The Lord has set us up above all other nations. So, we're literally the best at what we do. When you look at sports, our people dominate. When you look at the entertainment, our people dominate. When you look at a lot of these inventions, our people are the ones who were really the ones who came up with it. Esau, really just stole our inventions. He put a patent on it. And, he continued innovating our inventions. But when you look at, everything stems back to Jacob. The music and all that. Our people are the best dancing. Everything. All things go back to our people. Why? Because the Lord set us up to be a holy nation, to be a peculiar people, a special people upon the planet Earth. So, of course, we don't have the documents, but we're able to tell if someone's an Israelite, if they're able to, first and foremost, if they're able to get this truth and serve the Lord and actually have a sincere belief and faith within him, and if they have the spirit of an Israelite. Only a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will have the spirit of an Israelite. You can't be an Edomite and have a spirit of an Israelite. If you're an Edomite, then you'll have a spirit of an Edomite. If you're an Israelite, then you're going to have the spirit of an Israelite. Of course, not all Israelites will be saved, because you have a lot of wicked Israelites. Our people are talented. Not all of our people will make it. The Lord will destroy a lot of our people. Go ahead and read Zechariah chapter 13 and 8. It speaks about 2/3 of the nation of Israel. 2/3 of the nation of Israel that will die and be destroyed. And the Lord will reserve a 1/3, a remnant, to be delivered. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Also says, going on the article, and the company's ads for it do not hedge that pressure even a little. They show people wearing the Vision Pro all the time, at work, doing laundry, playing with their kids. The ambition is enormous to layer absent information over the real world to augment reality. Then there is Elon Musk's new Neuralink brain implant CHIP, which will turn humans into transhumanist robot hybrids. For some reason, a lot of conservatives love Musk because he says a lot of conservative pandering things on X, but the guy's all about destroying humanity and turning everyone into human Earth hybrid computers. Yeah, really, man. Elon Musk is simply following orders. A lot of people think, Elon Musk is a mastermind behind all. No, man. Elon Musk is just really a front man. He's a front guy. He's really following orders from the wicked international elite bankers, the elites, the higher ups. The elite, such as the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the people who they own all the money and all the wealth within the world. These are the guys who are really pushing all this. But those are all smart hats. An example about how these people really feel, what they want. Noah Harari, he had that one interview or whatever it was, or basically, I believe it was an interview or a press or something of the sort. He was going into how, what they want, their agenda, which ultimately to do away with the natural way of life and then put the artificial way of life. They were saying, we don't need God anymore. We don't need a higher power anymore. We're able to create our own water. We're able to create our own food. We're able to create this and do that. We don't need a God anymore. That's what he was saying. And that's the spirit of Esau. Esau is a proud man. He thinks himself to be the Most High. The Lord has given Esau, the Lord put the spirit on Isaac to give Esau his blessing, which would be to have the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, and to rule over the earth with the power of a sword for a short amount of time. Or, a short amount of time compared to how the eternal blessing that Jacob has been given. The blessing that Jacob has been given is an eternal blessing. But Esau will have his blessing for his blessing is a temporary blessing. It won't last forever. And currently we're at the end of Esau's blessing, where the Lord will come back and take down this devil. But Esau, he's trying to, again, at the end of the day, he's trying to get back his birthright. And him getting back his birthright, having ruling for eternity, is him accomplishing his agenda, his NWO. That's Esau's way of his blessing being fulfilled, his birthright. Or, him trying to get back his birthright. So it says human life, going back in the article, it says human life is sacred as is the natural world around us, but Musk and others like him want to destroy it by augmenting or hybridizing the natural world, humans included, with computers. Just say no, as the late Nancy Reagan once said. Yeah, man, that's it on the article. And that's the point. Esau wants to put his way of living. Esau wants to bring in his way. And he wants to force everybody. He wants to force everybody to live by his way. He doesn't, he's after the main people on his target list are the Israelites, mainly the elect of the nation of Israel, which the elect will repent, the ones who are within his truth, serving the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, they're repenting. We have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of this book. We have the eye salve. We know what's wrong. We know what's right through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. He's after us. Getting real quick. This is Revelation chapter Revelation chapter 3 and 10. Revelation chapter 3 and 10, it says, 1 second, is loading. Here we go. It says, Revelation chapter 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee for the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. By the way, this Yahweh Shai speaking, this red letter. Yahweh Shai said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, enduring within the truth, keeping the faith, doing the word of the Lord, enduring and, being patient, doing what the Lord said to do. Keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability through Yahweh Shai, through faith. It says, I also, and doing the Lord's will, going out there in the highways and byways, of course, for us brothers, us men, we go out there in the highways and byways. We're constantly feeding the sheep, us prophets. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation is when Esau will mandate the mark of the beast. Once he mandates the RFID implant, you won't be able to buy or sell without it. You won't be able to be a part of the society without it. That right there is the hour of temptation, because it's going to be a great temptation unto many people. You won't be able to buy food, buy water, do this or do that. So a lot of people were fooled, but ultimately, the Lord said, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So the Lord's going to keep us from that. The scriptures say how the Lord, Esau doesn't have the ability, Esau doesn't have the ability to say whether or not we eat or we don't eat. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is the ultimate director, and the Lord controls everything. The Lord controls everything, man. The Lord created everything. The Lord even controls Esau. As the scriptures say, the Esau is his sword. Esau, or the Lord's making Esau, putting the spirit on him to make a lot of these prophecies pass, such as bringing in the system, the image of the beast, bringing in this mark. The Lord is putting the spirit on Esau to do all that. So the Lord, has the ability to, or, really the Lord has to say whether or not his servants eat or not. Esau does not have the ability. The Lord has that ability. To say whether his servants eat or not. You got scriptures like Isaiah chapter 65 to say how the elect will eat. But the Lord's going to keep his elect safe and his remnant, his servants, taken care of and fed. And the Lord's going to keep us from these perils and dangers and tribulations that come. Of course, we're going to have to pass through the fire. The Lord's going to try us as gold in the fire, but ultimately the Lord will preserve us unto the end. The Lord is going to, ultimately, man, hey, these people are going to be caught up within these perils and tribulations unto their death. You know, the Lord's going to put us through certain things, but ultimately the Lord's going to have mercy upon us. And the Lord's going to be dealing with us even within these tribulations and deliver us up out of them. Spiritual power, divine intervention, all that is coming, man. So it says, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the hour of temptation will overtake these people. A lot of these people will bow down and take that mark. Even if, let's say, okay, you know, let's say you're an Edomite, and you know you might be able to hide, and you know you have your own thing going. You're self-sufficient. You have, you know, you're hidden. You have your farm. Hey, I mean, you're still gonna be destroyed because one thing, you're an Edomite. And let's say a Jake, because you know you're gonna have certain celebrities who hide within these bunkers or whatever. Hey, at the end of the day, the Lord is gonna get. Hey, the Lord's gonna get everybody who isn't a part of the elect. When I mean get, I mean he's going to destroy you. Or if you're a heathen, you're going to be rounded up and put in slavery. Because as we know, Yahweh will come back to beam up his elect, the Lord, or Yahweh. Yeah, and also Yahweh will come back after he beams up his elect. But he's going to take down, I mean, as he's beaming up the elect, he's going to be taking down these other nations. And he's going to, after that, he's going to establish his righteous rulership, setting up his, the 144,000 as a governing body over the kingdom of heaven. We're going to have those new perfect bodies. The second covenant will kick in. So what, you know, the Lord's going to send us as hunters gathering up, the elites within the bunkers or whatever. Because, they're going to try to hide without a doubt within their bunkers. You got Mark Zuckerberg, which he's just a little guy compared to, you know, the elite international bankers. But we're going to be hunting them. Of course, once the Lord gives us that spiritual power and we're in those new perfect bodies, the Lord's going to send us up to gather and, gather up the heathen and put them in slavery under us. As it says in Isaiah chapter 14, these other nations will be in bondage under us. Revelation chapter 2 and 25 on down, we're going to be ruling over these other nations with a rod of iron. Revelation chapter 13 and 10, he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. Psalm chapter 2, the rod of iron has been given into Yahweh's hands as an inheritance, you know, to rule over to rule over the heathen, to have a heathen for an inheritance as slaves and servants. And the Lord passed down that rod of iron, that inheritance, unto us. So I believe that's the point. The point is AI, palm scanners, facial recognition, augmented reality, and more. The dystopian future is now. We are. We've been in that dystopian, but as we keep on advancing as the time keeps on moving on and on, this place is becoming more and more dystopian, more and more wicked. So we need Yahweh B'Shem Yashai to come back to establish his righteous kingdom, which, the kingdom of heaven is going to be the true utopia. The word utopia being basically a perfect place. The kingdom of heaven will be a perfect place. That will be our utopia. What Esau's NWO to him, that's his utopia. But as we know, what the kingdom of heaven is going to be our heaven, and the kingdom of heaven will be Esau's hell. So this was coming. But as the Lord sets us up as prophets to warn the sheep, we warn, of course, our people against, and we warn our people of the times that we're in right now was to come and to repent, because the Lord is only going to deliver those who repent back unto him and serve him and follow him and do his will. Lord, have mercy upon those and redeem those who, of course, do his will, man. Follow this book according to 100% truth. So, Lord's will, you bless at the edified Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakurash, Brakathum, Shalom.